Welcome to Kryptogenex.
Phoenix, Arizona, welcome. We have Ray from Asheville, North Carolina. Welcome, welcome.
Michael Smith, Seattle, Washington.
Michael Smith, welcome.
Elizabeth Dunn, Auburn, Washington.
Elizabeth, welcome.
Thank you.
Hello, Brandon. How you doing? It's Darnell, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Hey, Darnell, welcome. I see we have Johannes from Austria. Welcome.
Gene Flynn from North Carolina.
Superstar, Mr. Gene Flynn, welcome.
Superstar.
I will always refer to you as superstar. You and those guys back in those days is the reason why I'm where I am today. So I will never forget that. Who else do we have? State your name.
And I'll send you your check later.
Yes, sir. Going once, going twice. Go ahead, state your name, where you're calling from, and then we're going to go ahead and get started if you have not done so.
Corpus Christi.
Corpus Christi, welcome. All right, let me mute the lines out. All right, welcome everybody. This is our special Saturday afternoon, morning, or evening, depending on where you're logging in from. Saturday training for Kryptogenex. This is an opportunity for all new members to be able to get plugged in, to get training directly from the top, how to get their business started, answer any questions, get new updates. But this is so important because this keeps you engaged in the system. And if you are not plugging into the training or your team members are not plugging into the training, I can very well predict how your business is going to be growing. So this is important. You know, don't take this lightly. Before we get started with training, we're going to bring up co-owner Mr. Mike Boggs to give us some updates. We've just completed our first month of pre-launch. We've just completed our second commission run. So everything seems to be moving very smoothly. So with that, I want to bring up co-owner of Kryptogenex, Mr. Mike Boggs.
Hey, Brandon, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. All good.
Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate it. And thank you to everyone across the world taking the time out of your busy schedules to be with us here today on this Saturday training. I have about 7 things I would like to give you guys an update on. I know a couple of them you guys are very anxiously awaiting. The first thing that I would like to hit is our up-and-coming Tampa meeting in Florida. There's actually going to be 2 meetings. One is going to be on Friday, May 18th in St. Petersburg, and then the other one in Clearwater, Florida on the 19th. So it is on the kryptogenexblog.com. You can take a look at it and get all the information. If you can get there, it'd be fantastic. Stephen and myself are going to be there. So it'd be a great time to meet us in person. Great friend, Pinnacle leader Rick Ricketts is going to be doing the training. So we're looking forward to seeing any and all of you that can make it down there with us in the very hot, humid Florida state. So that brings us to, I know, specifically Mr. Ivey, the app. I am in possession of the app. All content has been uploaded and is ready to go, and it is going through the final polishing. It is an extremely sexy looking app. It is going to be used for all of you to do the things that we've told you we were going to use it for. Most definitely is going to be a very, very easy, systematic funnel system for you to share information. There are going to be free videos on there that you can share with anybody, for that matter, your friends, family, acquaintances. So that's all going to be there. And of course, once we are finished doing the polishing, it's going to do exactly what we want it to do, and that is to send out market trend information for all of you. It is almost done. You're probably like, oh Lord, it's in a hammer's possession. He's going to break it and all this other stuff. But nope, it has to go through myself and the legal teams to make sure everything that's in there is currently compliant with all the regulations. So please bear with us. It is done. It's working. And everything is in my hands right now, and we are aggressively going through it with all of our legal teams in place. Next thing, actually, Brandon just touched on it a little bit, commissions. we have done and completed our second pay run. Okay. First one had some issues. Second one, not so much. Went through and thoroughly checked everything. So everyone that was due a commission should have been paid. We will be bringing up an updated commissions tab. It is, last time I checked before I got a call, it still wasn't available. Our programming team was still making some additions and changes to make it more readable for everyone. Okay. So if you have been due a commission, you have been paid. Now, this brings me to another issue. If you haven't gotten paid, there's a 98% chance that you do not have your wallet address in your back office, and we are anxiously awaiting to pay you. With that regard, if you enter your wallet address, please note that you are not allowed to change your wallet address without going through administrative customer support. Okay. Once you enter your wallet address, obviously make sure it's correct. Brandon and I like to tell people check the first 4 digits of that wallet address and the last 6 to make sure it is properly done and correctly and pasted into your back office. Now, starting this coming week, we're going to give Brandon Ivey a little bit of a break for Saturday training. We're going to be starting Kryptogenex Pro training sessions every Saturday with Pinnacle leader Bill Toth, Pinnacle Rob Harris. So that's going to be coming this coming week. We're going to start it this coming Saturday, which I believe, Brandon, correct me if I'm wrong, I think is the 14th, is next Saturday, or 12th, I can't remember. But it's this coming Saturday. We'll be doing the KGX Pro marketing system training, thorough process of how to use and market correctly your Kryptogenex business with the KGX Pro system. And you're going to learn from one of the best here, a guy who has done millions of dollars in growth over the course of the last years using this type of system. So it's going to be very exciting, very informative to all of you who are just getting your feet wet here with us at Kryptogenex. Now, tonight there's going to be an Australian call, also known as the Aussie call. There'll be an email going out to all of you if you'd like to be a part of that. The other big thing that I know everyone is waiting on, and that is the mining rigs. We are in process of placing test orders. We expect that to be done through the rest of this weekend into early next week. We are going to be delivering that to, and I'll say this too, the mining rigs will be available first to our Pinnacles and our founders. You guys, if you're a founder here at Kryptogenex or a Pinnacle, you will have first use access to the order system in the mining rigs, and you will also have first look and download capabilities to the app. So if you're a founder and obviously a Pinnacle, Mr. Ivey, you're going to get access to the mining rigs first and the app. That way you guys can do a brush and polish for us, because we've been staring at this for a couple weeks now, and you'll be able to get us any insight if we need to change anything as we go forward. Other than that, I think I covered everything. Would really like to see as much as people come down to Tampa. If you're close, you can get a cheap flight, whatever it may be, to see Stephen and I. This will be my first debut in a real event at Tampa. And we're also going to be announcing details here coming at the beginning of June. I believe it's June 8th. And we'll get details posted on the blog. There'll be a live event in Chicago, and that'll get posted to the blog here relatively shortly once we finalize the details and the location for all of you in that area. So other than that, Mr. Ivey, unless there is anything else you want me to hit before I tune off and give the call to you, please let me know.
No, I think we're all good, Mike. If you can hang around at the end, we'll have question and answer session, and I'm sure people will have some questions for you.
Well, love to stay on. Go ahead, buddy. It's all yours.
Fantastic. Well, again, thank you, Mike, for all the updates and details. And our job, and let me mute all the lines now to make sure we don't get this interrupted. Okay, so now we're going to go over some basic training. Last week, we touched on your testimonial, your story, creating and developing your story within Kryptogenex. And the first thing we do, and I see Maurice, the first question he has is, when will the trading bot be available? When the lawyers say so. It is completely out of our hands. It is up to the states. So if you got that information, we had a call about this last week. Those that's looking and wanting to know about the trading bot. It is not in our hands. It's depending on what our attorneys tell us to do. We want to make sure we're following all rules and regulations, and we have to do that with every single state and 4 different agencies. So when that is done and complete, it could be 3 months, it could be 6 months. We don't know. So in the meantime, we have other things that we can focus on until that becomes available. So again, a couple of weeks ago, Vanessa will save that question at the end about the launch date for Vegas. I don't think we have an exact launch date just yet. But when that date comes, it's going to pop up. We'll have it up on the Zoom. The blog, and you will hear about it because we'll be talking about it. All right, let me now look at the chat box because you guys will be asking me questions all day. Save that to the end. Save all your questions till the end. So we talked about creating your own testimonial with the product because you're going to go out there. You're going to be speaking to people about Kryptogenex, and they don't understand why they need crypto education just yet. We know because we're on the inside and we've dealt with crypto, then yes, if you want to not just survive but thrive the rest of this century, crypto education and blockchain technology is a prerequisite. It is a must. But right now, since it's not in everybody's day-to-day lives, you know how people are. If they don't see it, they don't see any value to it. So how do you create value for the business? The first thing you're able to do is by creating your own testimonial. You all have plenty of time now to at least go through a couple of the training videos. What you want to be doing is talking about it, sharing what you've learned, sharing how you might have applied some of the information you've learned in the crypto space. Always talking about Bitcoin. People say to me all the time, Brandon, I don't know anybody to recruit. You're not recruiting. I want you to get that out of your head. You're not in the recruiting business. That's not what we're all about. This is a movement that we're creating with the ultimate goal of bringing crypto education to the masses so that we can save our friends, family, brothers, and sisters from having very expensive lessons, meaning they learn by losing money. I know individuals who have lost $50,000, $80,000, $500,000, $1 million because they did not have crypto education. They got caught up in things that if they did have the education, they would have known to avoid. I shared that I was at the Blockchain Expo in London and going through that room for 2 days and speaking to everybody. Here's my conclusion. 50% of the people in the room had no clear understanding what blockchain technology was. I want you to think about that for a second. 50%. And this is the Blockchain Expo. Another thing, 70% of the people in the room were not even from the UK. They were from out of different countries. 70% of the room were not UK people. Another thing I learned is that the individual booths where companies were set themselves up to display their blockchain technology and whatever concept that they wanted to launch, if you started asking them questions and you got them away from their script, they looked like deers caught in headlights. They had no idea. And the final observation from all of that is that all of them recognize one fact, that if the population is more educated on Bitcoin and crypto and blockchain, then the better their businesses will do because they have an educated populace that knows and can appreciate what it is they're trying to do. So we're providing a service not just to individuals out there who want to make extra money in the cryptocurrency space. We're also providing a service to companies that is looking to start their own ICOs and create their own businesses and ideas because we're creating the public so that they know why what they're creating is important, why they should take advantage of it. This is the easiest business I have ever had to build. The easiest. Because I don't have to recruit. So, well, how do you get people in your business then? You talk about Bitcoin. That's it. You talk about it. Because naturally, people start to ask questions. I have a 2-question rule. I actually learned this from Gene Flynn back in the day. 2-question rule. You know, after 2 questions, you're ready to sign up or you're ready to speak to a third-party individual by a 3-way call, putting them on a presentation, getting them on a training, or now that we have new technology, you send them your KGX Pro website link. And say, you've got some questions? Watch this video. Go to this website. It's going to answer your questions and point you in the right direction. Oh, wow, you got a whole education platform. That's right. Unfortunately, I don't have time to sit here and answer 1,000,001 questions from you. How many of you have ever been in a situation where somebody asks you a question, you answer it, and it leads to 5 more questions, which leads to more questions? Next thing you know, you spend an hour on the phone with somebody because the more they start to learn about Bitcoin, the more excited they get, the bigger it becomes to them. And they're like, wow, this is a huge industry. I need to know more. I was the same way when I first got started. 1 question led to 5, led to 15, led to 20. What the ultimate goal is, I want to make some money. That's everybody's ultimate goal. How do I make money? If you ever seen the movie Karate Kid, because this is what I say to people now, you know, when you make money in this space, the conversations you have with other individuals is different. So the conversation people always coming up to me with, Brandon, you made a lot of money. I want to make money like you. How do I make money in Bitcoin and crypto? And I say, well, first you got to start with education. Yeah, but I want to make a lot of money. So what do I need to do? And I'm like, you need education for. No, yeah, I know all that, but I got $20,000. Where can I invest it? And you know what my answer still is? You need crypto education first. I'm trying to save you from making a mistake. Well, if I just follow you and do what you do, no. I don't have the time to do that for 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 people. But I can point you in the right direction that's going to arm you, just like that whole wax on, wax off from Karate Kid. You got to learn the fundamentals. When I was in basketball in high school and college, first day of basketball practice, you know what we did? We didn't even touch a basketball. All we did was ran. We wanted to run straight to the 3-point line and start shooting threes. Coach said, nope. You need to learn the fundamentals. You're going to run, you're going to get conditioning, and you're going to learn drills. It was 2 weeks before we even touched the basketball when basketball practice began. We had 2 weeks of conditioning and weightlifting. Then we had another week of just running drills. It's like playing basketball without the basketball. How fun is that? Almost a month into it, then we started playing basketball with the ball. You got to know the fundamentals. So that is what I say to every single person who starts asking me questions about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, or they see me make a post about it, or they hear me in a conversation and they want to know more. I say, you know what? For your sake, we need to get you the fundamentals. You need to be educated. See, the mission and goal of Kryptogenex is going to be the gateway for all people entering the cryptocurrency space. We're not looking, little here. We're looking at the big picture. Kryptogenex is going to be that gateway. So anybody that wants to come into the crypto space, we advise you go through the Kryptogenex training. By the time you're finished with the training, we're talking about 45 basic lessons. By the time you're finished with that, you will have a far more clear understanding of what cryptocurrency is all about. Then we can talk about making some money. And if somebody can't respect that, then I say, talk to me after you lose $20,000. And I could have saved you that money. What is the cost? $300. And I love to dispense objections. What is an objection? And you guys could type this in the chat box as well. What objections have you been getting when you bring up Kryptogenex to anybody? We'll cover that. You can type that in the chat box, but I'll tell you some of the top 2. One of them is, I already know everything there is to know about cryptocurrency. I just want to invest my money somewhere and make daily interest somewhere. I don't need crypto education. Really? My answer to that is always, so have you heard what the new FTC law is? Have you heard what the SEC just did? Did you hear about the states and how they are approaching cryptocurrencies and regulations? Did you hear what's going on in Venezuela? That's going to impact us. Do you know about the new trends, the new altcoins? Are you staying up to date? See, I do 2 crypto talks a day, not for entertainment purposes, but for learning. You got to stay up on the trends. You are a professional. I will recommend one book, Go Pro by Eric Worre. It's not about, in this case, being a professional in the MLM space, but it's about being a professional in your field. And cryptocurrency, blockchain, is our field of education. This is our field. So you want to be an expert in your field. You want to, and what is an expert? You knowing more than the next person. That's it. So they say, well, what makes an expert? Do you know how to buy Bitcoin? And do you know how to sell it? That puts you 99% ahead of the rest of the population. You know that? That puts you 90% ahead of the rest of the population. Here's objection. Objection number 2. And this one is really silly if you think about it, but it's an easy question that people throw out there without putting much thought behind what they're saying. Why would I pay $300 for a cryptocurrency education through you when I can go on YouTube and Google and get the same information for free? I'm sure you guys have either heard that or you yourself asked that question when you first heard about Kryptogenex. But when you stop to think about that question, that's like saying, why would I pay for college when I can just go to YouTube and Google and WikiLeaks and get the same knowledge for free? Why am I going to spend $30,000 a year? Why would you? Why would you pay for school? Why would I pay to have my car detailed and washed by a professional when I can do it myself in my driveway at home? Why would I pay for roses for Mother's Day when I can grow roses myself in the backyard and not have to pay anything? See, the simple and easy answer to this is quality. Quality and time. And making sure that you are getting the right information in the correct order. Because most people that first get started, they don't even know what questions to ask. Let alone, I'm just going to go get educated myself. You've got 1,000,001 different articles that's going to pop up. And a lot of them are contradicting each other. You have different points of view. How do you know which one is legit and which one is not? You got to watch who you're listening to. Even the federal government, even the news media will mislead you on purpose. They'll tell you to do something stupid like buy high and sell low. See, if you educate and go through Kryptogenex training, which we're going to show you the steps, what the whole Bitcoin 101 is all about is the history of Bitcoin, the basics, introducing you to the altcoin market, introducing you to the coin market cap, letting you know how big this is, how it got started, why it got started, how to purchase or create a wallet, how to buy Bitcoin, how to move your Bitcoins around. And then I tell this to people. If what you tell me is true, that you can just go to YouTube and self-educate, then why are you asking me questions about Bitcoin? Go to YouTube. Do you know how many times people get offended if they ask me a question about Bitcoin and I respond by saying, and why don't you just type that answer in YouTube and go look it up yourself? Yeah, but I trust you, Brandon. And what is the value? The value is priceless. You cannot put a price tag on your education, just like going to school. You can't put a price tag on that because you can very well make 7 or 8 figures based on your knowledge. You can very well save $500,000 because of your knowledge that saved you from making bad decisions. It's priceless. One of my team members told me about, I don't know if that was Bill Childers or John McElwain, that there was one course charging $3,000 down in Florida or something, $3,000. And you know what? If there was no Kryptogenex, I'd pay for it. I invest in my future, in my business, in my learning. Always invest in it. You know, one thing Gene Flynn told one thing I learned from my early days. They were like, we've got a national convention coming in Long Beach, and you've got to be there. And I'm like thinking, wait a minute, I got to get a plane ticket. I got to pay for the hotel. I got to pay for the convention, ticket itself, $89 or whatever. I don't have that much money. But not going could be the biggest expense in the world, because I'm going to go and I'm going to learn from those who have already been there. I'm going to learn from those who have made it happen. I got to invest in my development. That's Kryptogenex. Someone said in here as well, an objection. Let me go back. This is a pyramid scheme. Well, I haven't heard that objection yet, but it all comes down to as well on how you present this. Because I don't present this as I'm trying to build a business or a network marketing opportunity. I present this as cryptocurrency education. That is our product. And then we have an affiliate side where you're going to earn referral bonus for sharing it with others. Every business has a referral system in place. So you want to go back to that old, it's a pyramid scheme. Then I just go to, okay, what's the definition of pyramid? The guy at the top makes all the money and the people at the bottom do all the work. Well, besides that looking like your job, whoa, what do you mean? Well, your job, you got a CEO who makes the most money. Then you got other executives below. Then you've got upper management, middle management, lower management, all the slaves. Who's working the hardest and who's on the golf course? Who's making the most money? And what option do you ever have of becoming the CEO of that company? You got to compete against thousands of other people. There can only be one CEO. Let me break it down in another way for people who say, oh, it's a pyramid scheme. The true definition of a pyramid scheme is the exchange of money without the exchange of goods and services. Why does the government consider it illegal? Because one, they can't track it. They consider that money laundering. There's no receipts. It's a money game. You're just passing money around, and you're not paying taxes on it. And you leave yourself open for fraud and also for scam artists that run off with everybody's money. In Kryptogenex, our product is cryptocurrency education and then ongoing knowledge after that. Nobody gets paid without the sale of a product. So if you sign people up all day and they don't buy anything, they don't purchase the product, you don't get paid. That's how every business is. And in this case, yes, we do have a cryptonary, aka binary. But guess what? The people at the top are not the one making all the money. I look at my report right now, and I'm not going to call anybody out. You guys know who you are. Sitting on top of 800, 1,000 people, and you've got nobody in yourself. But people underneath you is making thousands of dollars. See, in this business, somebody, in fact, I'll state this. I believe the person who's going to make the most money in Kryptogenex doesn't even know we exist yet, and they probably won't even speak English. And they're going to make the most money. The question for you is, will you be positioned for them to fall in your organization? So that's how I answer that objection when it comes to, is it a pyramid scheme? No. That's all I say, no. I don't need to justify why it's not. I just answer no. And if they want to press it, I'm like, what are you talking about? People at the top are not the ones who make the most money. It's the people who put in the most work that make the most money. And you get to write your own check. It's up to you to decide how much money you want to make. There's no limit, unlike your job. There's no glass ceiling. Now, I kind of went way off topic on that because I didn't want to go down that route. But, hey, people started asking me questions. I want to do some screen sharing because I want to talk about getting plugged in to the system. And this is so important. And it is up to you guys to make sure if you sign somebody up and you do not take the 5 minutes to plug them in properly, you're doing them a disservice and yourself. Now, I have a rule because I do not drag people to water at all. I've personally enrolled a lot of people, over 100. And then I sit back and I see and I take a look at who actually wants it. And those are the individuals that I work with. I don't run a charity here. But I make sure every single one of them knows where to go to get plugged in. And then I sit back and see who actually does it. It's that old Bill Britt approach. You know what he said? He made over $100 million. That he personally enrolled over 1,000 people. Out of those 1,000, 100 of them kind of took it serious or did anything. Out of those 100, 10, maybe less, are the ones that made them millionaires. So just because somebody signs up doesn't mean they're going to do anything. But your job is not to force them. Your job is not to convince them or drag them to do anything. Your job is just to point them in the right direction, give them the information they need, and be available when they need assistance. And then sit back and see who does, and that's who you pay attention to. So let's get plugged into the system. First and foremost, you go to the website, and you know how to sign up. They click the join button. You see you got trader right here. Or whatever you see right here, that's going to be your title, your rank. And we're going to cover ranks in a moment. I got to speed this up. I'm running out of time. I took too much time on the objections. But here's your current rank. So we're going to get plugged in, and then I'm going to show you how to set some goals. So they click the join button, click on customer or promoter. We want to make sure that your name is there so that they can sign up under you because there's no moving people afterwards. They fill out all the information and they get signed up. After they get signed up, they click the login button. So let me actually log in. So right in your back office, you want to direct your people. The first 3 things they do is watch these 3 areas here. Here's one huge benefit. Click here to learn how to pay with US dollars in the USA. Because we understand that for people that's just getting started, it might be foreign to them about how do I set up a Bitcoin wallet, even though we've got a video. The point is we want to get them in and we want to get them moving fast. So if it's taking them a lot of time to figure out how to set up their Bitcoin wallet, buy Bitcoin. One mistake I still see a lot of people make is they don't follow the instructions as far as when they set up their Coinbase account and they just attach their bank account, but they don't attach their debit card to it. So when they buy Bitcoin and then tells them, oh, your Bitcoin's going to arrive within 7 to 14 days. Now they got to wait 7 days before they're actually paid. See, if you have your debit card attached to it, then when you buy Bitcoin, it's instant. We want to speed that up. So if that's going to be the case, just have them use US dollars. Use the US dollars. Follow this. I'm hearing a rumor, and don't quote me on this, but in the United States, we might, and again, don't quote me on this, we might be accepting credit card. So that's going to be another option. That way, we break the dam, and people are able to move forward and get things done very quickly. All right, next is, let me go back. Back office training video, watch the sign up process video. You want to make sure they click on personal info. And from there, they're going to be able to add their wallet. That's what Mike was talking about. People haven't gotten paid because they haven't added their wallet. So even if you use the US dollars method to pay, you still need to set up a Bitcoin wallet. And then you're going to get your Bitcoin address and put it in there so you can get paid. The next thing also is the organized team. When you click on that tab, it's going to show you all the people that you personally enrolled into the business. This is how you manage your business. Next to their name, you're going to see a little star next to their name. Well, okay, I got to show it at least. I'm not showing commission. So you see a star next to their name. That means that person has paid. If you see their name and there's no star next to the name, then you might want to contact them. Contact them and let them know, hey, listen, you're in the system, you signed up, but you haven't paid yet. What can I do to help you make that happen? Are you having a problem setting up your Bitcoin wallet? Then let's go ahead and set it up with US dollars. Because if you're not paid, you can't get the training. Isn't that the whole point? What are you waiting for? So at least you're able to follow up with your personals to make sure that they are paying members. The next button you want to look at is the tree button. That's going to show you your Kryptonary, your left team and your right team. I can't show mine because people would think it's enticement or whatever, but and you got to protect the people. But there are some of you, a lot of you, in fact, all of you basically, you guys are early birds. I would bet every single one of you probably has some form of spillover already right now. A team growing. I know I have individuals that already have more than $10,000 sitting there waiting for them. So you're able to see your business and see your organization and see who's doing what. And as a leader, what I was always taught is always reach out to those who you see really making things happen and offer your support. Some leaders do the opposite. They spend all their time with people doing absolutely nothing. That's not making you money. You want to do income-producing activities. Help out the people who are doing something. Give them support. Next is, I got people calling me right now. They should be on the training, doing a Saturday training right now, Greg. I have to hit you back. But here's the point, guys. This is a team effort. And when you're looking at your tree and you see one leg that's exploding, I was always taught never leave money on the table. In my entire career, I personally have never gotten spillover. Never. I don't know what that's like. But if you're blessed to be in a situation where you do, you want to take full advantage of it. Full advantage of it. Go get your money. It's sitting there waiting for you. What are you waiting for? The commissions tab is not live yet. That should be coming anytime soon. Then you've got the blog. The blog is how you stay plugged in. So instead of going to Facebook and asking, what's this, what's that, what's the Zoom call? Look at this now. We're in over 80 countries we have members in. The company has 2,700 members now in a month. Not too bad. Especially this is just pre-launch. We haven't even launched yet. We got the KGX Pro. They're still blowing me up. I'm doing a live training right now. KGXglobal.info. It never amazes me, too. The people who ask me the most questions are never on any trainings. And they always seem to call me when I'm doing the live training. You guys will get that as well. So you got KGX Pro here. This is a brand new video that was done by, was it Rob? Yeah, Rob Harris, about the KGX Pro marketing system. You want to take full advantage of that. We've got updates. Here's the latest KGX presentation that Stephen McCullough did. It's only 9 minutes long. You just share that with individuals. Compensation training. It's only 3 minutes long. Goes over the details of the compensation plan. You got the Tampa information, the Zoom schedule. Which KGX training is this one? Oh, this is from 4/28. I think that was last week. So all your updates, you want to save this on your bookmarks so that you can always come back to it. Zelle Pay, we got Happy Customer, Let's see this testimonial here. From Sean Berry. I think Sean's on here. Very easy to understand explanation of Bitcoin, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and how they work. Kryptogenex training is a must for the beginner to the expert. In the financial revolution that is cryptocurrency and blockchain, as an individual that got involved in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency space without much education, I can tell you that this education would have kept me from learning a few lessons the hard way and is worth 10 times the price at least. Kryptogenex is honest training and education brought to you by folks that truly care about your education and success. Thank you, Sean. We want to see more testimonials. If you guys have gone through the training, submit your testimonials so that we can share, and you're going to be immortalized because future individuals are going to be seeing you and your testimonials. What is this one? Multilingual customer service? I didn't know that yet. kgxsolutions@gmail.com. We got multilingual as well. Within the next week or so, all of our 45 lessons you will see on the website that's going to be updated in Spanish, Italian, and Portuguese. So what that's going to do is going to cover all of North and South America. Spanish, English, and Portuguese will be covered. And then in Italian. And then I know we got Hungarian coming on soon too. So you're going to start to see, and that's what Stephen McCullough is working on right now. I think his goal is by the end of June or going into July, all 45 lessons will be translated in all the languages so the other countries can really grow because they're going to have the lessons in their own languages. So you definitely stay tuned and stay in tune to this website, the blog. Also, we've got the tools. This is handy to use as well. Look at this. Buying Bitcoin videos, back office video, get a wallet video, add a wallet video, the funnel video, pay now video, pay with Zelly. I'm going to give you guys a free marketing tip and hint. You see the presentation right here? You can download the presentation and the training. If I were you in this early stage, I would record myself doing a presentation and uploading it to YouTube. Why would you do that? Because you're going to have people who's going to be able to, when they start hearing about Kryptogenex, they do their own homework. And they start Googling it and YouTubing it to hear more about it. And they may come across your video. And understand, just be, oh, Brandon, you got videos, and Michael Smith's got videos up there, and Angel Nieves got Spanish videos. I mean, you're dominating the market. No, we're not. This is where your story comes into place. There's people that's going to be able to relate to you more than they can relate to me. They'll see your video and say, I can relate to that guy or that gal. I want to call them up. I want to see if I can work with them. So that is very, very important. Uh-oh, I just got a message. Commissions page will be up in 30 minutes. If you don't have a wallet in the system, it will not post commissions. You need to get your wallet in the system. If you haven't done so, get your wallet up there. Mike Boggs. Just know that Mike Boggs is watching you on the videos. Compliance. If you just follow the slides, you'll be okay. You don't need to do any income claims. You never see me talk about how much money I've made or what I can make or, what you can or do. I do talk about my goals. I have an ultimate goal of making $1 million a month. I have a goal to be doing $250,000 a month by the end of the year, if not sooner. And a couple of other financial goals. I mean, that's my own personal goals. But you don't talk about guarantees or this money or showing back office, that you don't do any of that. Just take the slides, and you literally, all you have to do is read them. That's it. Just read the slides. And I'm going to go through over that right now and upload it to YouTube. If we were to, we have a Kryptogenex channel on YouTube as well. So some of our videos are being uploaded here, like KGX Pro marketing training, Kryptogenex presentation, how to set up Kryptogenex Pro. But let's type in. Let me see if any of you guys have been doing anything lately. Hold on a second here. Let me get my keyboard. Let's type in Kryptogenex. You guys have also been looking at the Alexa ratings? Kryptogenex is getting sky high. All right, so we've got training, short presentation, my vision. Oh, I forgot about that video. Andres Cartrude, that's what I'm talking about. Talking about Kryptogenex and why I'm so excited. So third or fourth video on the front page is Andres Cartrude from Sweden. So he's going to get a lot of exposure for that. Talk about why you make videos about why you're excited about Kryptogenex. It doesn't matter if it's 3 minutes long or 30 minutes. What do you like about it? Post it. Jason Mangan, look at that. Jason interviews Leonard Lee Williams on the front page. Jason again. See, Jason's doing a good job. Sharon Parkinson. I haven't seen this video. The biggest launch in USA history? Wow. Go, Sharon. Let's see. I don't know who Gen X Dream Team is. I think that's Christy. I think. It's her group. Got Coach Darren, Kryptogenex training presentation overview. Let's see. Sharon Parkinson again. Sharon again. So Sharon's doing a good job. McKay Marketing. Why can I never say that last name right? Is it McKay or McKay? I think it's McKay. Then you've got, let's see, who else here? Jason again. Jason. Don Roller, Bitcoin. Want into Kryptogenex? Go Don. Andres, Jason, McKay, Ryan Burkness. So you want to be here. Let's actually go to Google itself. So that's if you YouTube it. But what about Google? You want to make sure you've got a presence on here. We are at the early beginning stages, guys. This is open season especially in the other languages. If you speak any of these other languages, download the presentation and record yourself doing a presentation in that language. You will dominate. Let's see, Kryptogenex. All right, let's see here. Kryptogenex.com, some videos. Let's see, corporate. Wow. Kevin McKay on the front page there. So that's called, branding yourself and getting yourself out there for other people to see you. See, I don't recruit. I just answer questions and point people in the right direction for Kryptogenex. Let's now, I want to show the training slide. So let's say you're actually going to do the presentation, and I've only got a couple of minutes, so 5 minutes. I'm going to have to rush through this part because I want to leave 5 minutes for some questions. Let's see. So you see these presentations. I have people say, Brandon, I don't get on any other presentations because I already saw it. The mother of all learning is repetition. How I got so good at presenting and talking is because I've seen it over and over and over and over and over again. I show up when there's no guests. When I don't have a guest, I'm still there. I'm learning. I'm seeing how the other people are presenting. I'm adapting it into my style. The more you talk about this, the easier it becomes. We had crypto promoter, legal, product review, talk about the presentation slides. Let's go to getting promoted. So setting some goals here. Since we are in the second month of May, the second month of pre-launch, now that we're in May, today is Cinco de Mayo. We've got 25, 26 days left of this month. How much money do you want to make by the end of the month? What is your goal? What do you have set there? Once you know what that number is, then you know how many people you would need to share this opportunity with, or your team to share this opportunity with. Here's one goal that should be everybody's goal, and I want to do something special recognition for the people who achieve this. Get your business for free. That's your first short-term goal. You paid $300 and share it with 3 people, and you got your business for free. I remember back in the day, I was always taught, do this in your first 24 hours. You just got started. You're excited. Ignorance on fire. People are more excited about about you being excited than the content that you're sharing. They want to be with the cool kids. What are you so excited about? I want to be down. I don't want to be left out. Knock out your first 3 ASAP. Got your money back. Now you've got something to share, a testimonial. Yeah, I only spent $300 on Kryptogenex. That was my biggest risk, and I made my money back. So it's not like those other companies where I lost all my money. The company ran off with my money. No, you just made your money back in your first 24 hours. If every single person in the company did this week, between now and next Saturday, you knocked out your first 3. We tripled the size of the company in 1 week. You know what that does for your spillover? Everybody wins. Make that your focus. Get your business for free. Then you want to look at getting promoted. So by getting your business for free, you've already got promoted to the Satoshi position, level 1, because you only need to make 2 sales. But since you got your business for 3, go ahead and do at least 1 more. 4 sales, you're now a Nakamoto. 6 sales, 3 on each side, you're a crypto. 4 sales on each side, you're a trader. And then that's when it becomes a little bit more different because you need the organization of your team, the involvement of your team effort. All the way up to here, it's all based on you. So everybody should make a point. This is what I tell my leaders when we first got started. We looked at the top of the compensation plan, says that you need to enroll 16 people personally, 8 on your left and 8 on your right. So what I told my leaders, enroll 10 on each side. Knock that out so that at least you're positioned to hit Crypto Diamond, because everything after that is based on team effort. So Crypto Emerald, now that you got 5 on your left, 5 on your right, once you have 2,500 members on each side, and at least 2 of your people get promoted to Satoshi, you're now a Crypto Emerald. And we have a competition right now for the first person to hit Crypto Emerald is getting a nice Rolex. I think the value is $10,000. I think. Don't quote me on that. But you're going to get a nice fat Rolex watch. And now you can have a weekly cap of $15,000 a week. Do you want to know what the numbers are to make that happen? Let's say you've got a runaway leg right now of points. So on your weak leg, every point is $25. Well, if you have 1,000 members in a week, that's $25,000. If you had 2,000 members join, that's $50,000. You see the math? 50,000 sales. I can't say people join. I got to go by sales. 50,000 sales. Because you can have sales of people not actually joining the company. You still get points. We are customer acquisition after all. Then after Crypto Emerald, you got Ruby, Sapphire, and Diamond. Who's going to be the first diamond in the company? We've got people that's getting positioned there. I know off the top of my head right now, at least 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 individuals who are positioned that they can actually hit Crypto Emerald by the end of this month. 5,000 members. If they put their heads down and go to work, they can hit this by the end of this month. Definitely we'll have somebody hitting it in June. And then all the way up to Diamond. That's my ultimate goal right there. Crypto Diamond. 50,000 members on the team, 25,000 on each side. Before this year is out. Crypto Diamond. All right, we've got 5 minutes left, and this is what I would call an unstructured training. When we get closer to launch, there will be a more structured training that you guys will be able to do to duplicate. Right now, we're at the early stages. I just want to make sure everybody's getting plugged in. Everybody knows where to go. They made their payment. They can overcome basic objections. We share updates, and we move on. Once everything, the ground has settled, then there will be a structured training that anybody will be able to duplicate. So this isn't that right now. This is more of an information. You know, we're still in pre-launch. We're building the business. Things are subject to change. All right. Any questions? I'm going to quickly, I got to unmute everybody, then mute you all again, and then you'll be able to unmute yourself. So bear with me 1 second while I do this. All right. You can ask questions, or you can unmute yourself and ask a question. Someone has their hand up, telephone number 267-721-7361. Go ahead and unmute yourself and ask your question. And there's one in the chat box. Let's see here in the chat box. Hello, everyone. Greetings from Hungary. Hungary! I just posted about Hungary. There's an entire village. That's all. Everybody in the village has crypto coins, Bitcoin. Hungary, whoever is the first to take on Hungary, is game over for you guys. Let's see. Can you please say the name of the book and author? It's GoPro by Eric Worre, and that's spelled E-R-I-C and then W-O-R-R-E. And the book is called GoPro. I highly recommend that for any industry. GoPro by Eric Wow. I think that only typed private, so you guys got it. Let's see. Anybody, you can unmute yourself and ask a question if you've got a question. We've got a couple of minutes. If you, I don't know if Mike is still on, but you can ask Mike your question as well.
Hey, Brandon, this is Bill.
Hey, go right ahead, Bill.
Excuse me. Can you talk a little bit about the funnel on the front page?
Yeah, let me actually go to it right now and show you guys. There's gonna
I'm here too, Brandon.
You know what? I'll let Mike answer that question.
Okay.
Talk a little bit about the funnel, because I know next time we'll on that.
Yeah, so the funnel system is so you can go to www.kgxpro.com, which is the main funnel system. The funnel system link that's in the back office right now is actually going to be changing, if it hasn't been done already, to the KGX Pro system. The KGX Pro system is a compliant marketing system that has been completely built from the ground up, compliantly. All the information inside the system is available for you guys to use, and I would highly recommend that you get everyone gets one, and start sending it to your contacts, your friends or family who are open to the cryptocurrency world. It's a very, very simple system to use. We have videos up. We're going to start doing trainings on how to properly and aggressively use your KGX Pro system to help build your business, both on your front line and down line. So be looking for that. You can go to kryptogenexblog.com. There is a video there that will go through the entire system for you. Any other questions?
Nope, that's all I had.
The system costs $29.99. If you refer 3 people to your KGX Pro system, it is then completely free for you. Let's see here. Are official business cards available? Yes, there's some templates on the Kryptogenex blog that you can use. That's another thing that is in my hands. We're going to be doing a store. We've been having a little bit of issues, but we are going to be bringing up a separate store that's going to have the flyers, the banners, the Kryptogenex business cards that you guys can use. Pretty hot and sexy. So yes, that is coming online. I forget, it's our King. So yeah, they'll also have postcards. Yes. Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Mike and Bill.
500.
I see Benita
ahead,
has her hand up. Benita, go ahead and unmute yourself, and you can ask your question.
Yeah, I noticed there are some other companies like this in the space of education with the cryptocurrency. What's the main differential that separates this company than the other companies that are coming up?
That's a very good question. And it's kind of like the same thing when we've got thousands of colleges and universities out there. I mean, 2 + 2 = 4 no matter what college you go to. But every college might have their own little twist, their own little thing that separates them from others. So since I cannot comment on every other education platform out there, what I can share is what makes us unique. And what makes us unique is, one, we're not just giving you education, but we're establishing a community. So the Kryptogenex community is for all of us to be able to work together, learn from each other, and to be able to have a support system in place. We're also having ongoing live training as well. That none of that has actually started yet because we're still in pre-launch. But when you see us when we go into launch mode, you'll see weekly new video or monthly new videos being added to the training platform. You'll see live training going on about, hey, we're going to actually do a live trading on Bittrex or Poloniex or Binance. We're going to have live people come on that may talk about taxes, crypto taxes. We may be sharing about new news and information. We have a mobile app that's coming out that's going to be your virtual assistant for people that want to have updated market trends. We're launching it in over 36 countries, meaning that all of our lessons is going to be in their language. These other companies aren't doing that. At best, they have maybe Google Translate, but we're actually launching in their language and voiceover. So there's a lot of things that we're going to be doing that's unique to Kryptogenex that other companies aren't going to have. Then we look at the price as well. The 45 video lessons we have, when you break it down, comes to about $7 to $8 per lesson. Out there right now in the industry, they're looking at about $12 to $15 per the videos that's out there that's comparable to us. So you're still getting quality education, but cheaper than others that's off there. So I hope that answered that for you.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you. All right, Benita.
Good question. Good question. And actually, Brandon, I'll address. Early
Yes,
in the Zoom, we had a question about the Las Vegas. Yes, so it's coming the moment we have official dates. We will most definitely post them out through an email, all of our social groups, and of course on the blog. It is coming. There's a lot of things that we can control, getting which hotel we're going to be doing it at. So it's coming. It's a real big event that I want to do. I think there was another question about the official launch. We are looking to do an official launch date in August and or September, which will coincide with a large event. So be on the lookout for hearing from me, the other co-owners, on when that's coming. So definitely coming.
All right, I see a question from Mahfouz there about the Satoshi level 3 on each side. Is that different than having two people on my left and one person on my right? Well, you need to have, if Satoshis actually, you only need to have one on your left and one on your right personally enrolled in your Satoshi. So to get to the next level, you need to have two on your left and two on your right. If you just have two on one side and one on the other, that gives you Satoshi, but that doesn't give you Nakamoto. So I hope that makes sense. And it cannot be spillover. It's based on what you personally have done.
Okay,
correct.
Thank you. I'm going to add 3 on each side. Thank you very much, guys.
There you go. Yeah, what you should do, get 8 on each side, and you're done with it.
Or 2,500.
Get 8 on each side, and then focus on your team duplicating that process to get 2,500 on each side, so you can become an emerald.
Absolutely, I will go ahead and do that. Very hard at work. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, that's what our leaders did. We did that our first 24 hours. Peter Blackwell, Rob Harris, those guys. They immediately. Chris Hanks, first 24 hours, they knocked out like 10 on each side.
I wish I was.
It was all of you. All of you.
Yeah. I'm sure we can.
Absolutely.
Sure we can. Thank you.
All right, Benita. Benita, go ahead. You got your hand open?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Go right ahead.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering, can you will this over to, like, if, can you put this in your will to will it over to your kids or anything like that?
I'll let Mike
Yes.
answer that question.
Yes. So always remember that a business center that is in your name or a company name is yours. Okay. So you can apply and put this into a will. You can also put it into a trust. So if it's in a trust, obviously that's going to be in the ownership of an attorney or a third party. And then basically that person would need to notify us. We would need to have the paperwork that you've put it into your will or into a trust. And of course, through me, we'd be able to apply the proceeds if the business was earning anything to the correct account, wallet address. No problem.
Oh, okay, wonderful. Thank you. And at first I couldn't get the mic. I didn't know how to get the mic so I could speak, but I figured it out. Thank you very much.
No problem.
All right. Anybody else? Going once, going twice, because I see Prelvis. Go ahead, Prelvis.
Hey, Brandon, how you doing? Quick question about the mining rigs. Do you guys know what type mining rigs? And I'm not that familiar with them myself. I'm still learning about it. As far as the hash or how much watts they are and things of that nature.
I'll let Mike address that.
Sure. So when you're asking what rigs, are you asking what they're going to be mining? Is that your question?
No, Mike, I'm asking like what type of mining rigs are they? Like, are they a certain name?
So they're going to have the ASIC chips in them.
Heard of
I think the SMH 50, something like that. But we're going to be, actually, Stephen and I are finishing up a 3 to 5 page PDF that will be actually giving out to everybody at the same time. And it'll probably be about the same time we give access to the founders to start purchasing the rigs. And I think, and I can go ahead and say, I think they're 1,400 watts, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not in front of the correct, I'm not in my main office, but that should answer just a few of them. But there is going to be a very nicely done, very simple PowerPoint for everyone to view the specs of the rig. And always remember, guys, that you do have the ability to bring the rigs to your house or have them shipped wherever you want. We do have a green energy place that's in the United States. It is compliant, that you can go visit. It's properly done, set up. I think they're running on 40 to 45% green energy, like solar. So the price per terahash on these rigs is going to be relatively low. Again, I'm not in front of my correct office, but I'm thinking, if I remember correctly, so don't quote me on this, I know this is being recorded, but I think the average cost per terahash is between 18 to 20 cents for your electricity bill. I will state on this recorded call that there is never going to be any contracts on these rigs, ever. You will control your money in the software on the rigs in your own wallet. We will not touch, we will not handle ever and forevermore any of the money produced with these rigs. We will also not disclose what these rigs are capable of doing, ever. Okay? So it is a purchase. As with any type of rig, they are variable. So there's, between 5 to 7% discrepancies on any type of rig, and that's pretty much standard in the world. So we will have the PowerPoint coming out here very shortly, and then the founders and the Pinnacles will get access to purchasing these rigs, next week. So it's coming.
And Mike, share again
Okay,
what
one last question.
Were being mined.
Actually, Steven's texting me. I can do this. Thanks, Steven. It's about 1,314 watts. The rigs are between 12 to 14 terahashes at the ambient temperature of 25 degrees Celsius. The chip is a 256 ASIC chip. And if you didn't hear me, the hash rate is between 12 to 14 terabytes.
Great. That's great information. I appreciate that. One last question.
And
is there
Steven, thank you.
Is there a monthly like a housing fee or or a farmer's fee for maintaining or holding the rigs at the
The only
mining
thing that
farm?
you take care of is a daily invoice for your power, and it's going to be averaging between 18 to 20 cents per terahash.
Gotcha. Okay. Hey, I appreciate the info. Y'all have a great day.
Thank you, Perlis.
My
Now, Mike,
pleasure.
share what coins will be mined.
The coins that are going to be available first are obviously going to be Bitcoin, Bitcoin Gold, and Bitcoin Cash. We will have another rig that will be available once it gets on to an exchange. And details about that will be released on the PowerPoint.
Awesome. Good deal. All right, guys, we're 10 minutes past the hour. Someone on telephone number has been having their hand up for a while. I wanted to give them a chance. 267-72173. You can unmute your phone, or I can unmute you myself. See if you still have a question. Did you have a question?
Yeah. This is Joe from Philadelphia. I'm already into the Bitcoin and the KZA. I'm trying to figure out when is it available going to be for this. It was in August.
Mike, you want to answer that?
Would that be in August when those rigs
What
are
he's saying?
available?
He's breaking up. What was the question?
I missed what the question was.
Okay, I apologize. I'm breaking up over here. My question was, again, this is Joe Mayhew from Philadelphia, PA. The rigs that are going to be available, I heard the date or approximately when that's going to be available for us in order to get involved with.
Next week.
Oh, that's soon. Okay. Wow, that's beautiful.
And we don't waste any time over here, trust me.
I like that. Okay, that was my question. Thank you so much.
I'll reiterate again. Our Pentacles and our founders are going to get access to them first. They'll have access to the store page first. And then once our founders and our Pentacles give us the okay that everything looks good, it's easy to do, easy to use, I will allow it to go company-wide. It'll be an email. They'll be posted on social media, posted on all of our content information flow through. So more than likely, you're going to hear it from Brandon first because Brandon just goes in, just does everything because he's great. But yeah, so we are expecting that our founders will have access to them first next week. And then it will be shortly after that, we will give access to all of our clients, customers, and promoters company-wide. So it's like right around the corner, guys. It's just the same thing about the app. So please know that, Steven and I, and we're working day in, day night, literally ask Brandon. He's like, what are you still doing up? So we're here, bust for you guys. So, especially Steven and I, since we're working directly with the programming team, and I'm doing the legal and compliance. So, we're here to serve you guys. Always know that I know it seems like it's taken forever, but it's really not. We have 60 staffers here that do nothing more than help us change languages for the countries and the language barriers that we need to have and help solve. So we have a big staff.
And the cost of the mining rig is $3,750 each.
That is correct. And that will deliver a $500 commission to the referring promoter and 3 points into the binary or the cryptonary. Sorry.
All right, guys, I think that's enough for today. Coming up, make sure that you pay attention to the blog. That's going to give you all the upcoming information. We definitely want to hear some more testimonials of those of you that's using the training yourself, going through it, share it with others. Make sure you and your team is plugged in to everything we have going on so you can look at the Zoom schedule. So you see what our times of our events. And let's make May big so that you have a lot of momentum going into the month of June. But that starts right now. So thank you, guys. Somebody trying to say something? All right. So thank you guys for joining us. That's it for the training. I'll get this recording out as fast as possible. Thank you, Mike Boggs and Stephen McCullough, for all the information. We'll see you all on Monday. Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys. God bless and have a good weekend.
Thank you very much. Water.
Kryptogenex.